Well, good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into Texas League Baseball here in South Texas. And here is the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you there, Bob. We'd like to welcome you into the live broadcast here on the Sunday afternoon. It is the final game of our six-game set between the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is another firework evening, and so far, sit back, relax, enjoy the best end of the homestand fireworks show, courtesy of our friends there of West Creek Trail Rides. Missions head off to the road on a final road trip of this first half. They head to Midland to take on the Midland Rockhounds in one more week of this first half. And so far, going to be a pretty good road trip as we get ready to go Tuesday through Sunday there in Midland. After that, 4 days off, that will be enough to get us rested up for what we have coming on Friday, July 17th through the 19th, as we start up the second half on a 9-game homestand, leading it off with a final 3-game matchup against the Corpus Christi Hooks and the San Antonio Missions. And then it'll be 6 games against the Frisco Rough Riders as we get ready to go. Missions will see this ball club again. They'll take on Amarillo there at Water Ridge Field. And then after that, it'll be coming home taking on Springfield. And then heading to Frisco right after that. They're coming back taking on Northwest Arkansas. And then going to Springfield right after that. And then head back home to take on Midland final time. And after that, we'll head back to Amarillo and close off the second half of the regular season. And I got to say, that will be it. Final 4 ball clubs will advance forward into the playoff rounds. And so far, it'll be Frisco, Amarillo, Tulsa, and Arkansas that will make the Final 4. And so far, it'll be pretty good. Well, anyway, go online now at samissions.com. Download Bally Live, and yes, free games all season long. You don't have to pay nothing. Just set up an account, and you are good to go here in this one. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my friend and partner, Bob. How you doing there, Bob?
Doing good there, Johnny. How are you?
I am doing swell. Well, last night on the 4th of July, San Antonio took the W. The final score, 5-3. Anyway, Amarillo tried to get some runs on the bases, but they left people stranded last night. So most evidently, it was a game of inches as we all look at it.
Yeah, I got to say there, Johnny, it was a pretty good one for San Antonio. They won it by 5-3, and got to say, it was really good.
Indeed, it was. Well, last night, we'll go ahead and give you some other scores in the Texas League if Bally Live will allow us to do that. But anyway, it does take a little while for it to pop up on the computer. But anyway, if it doesn't pop up on the computer, we'll go to MILB and we'll get it from there. Well, we do have a final score today. Corpus Christi took the final game there in Northwest Arkansas by a final score of 5-2 against the Naturals. So that right there was a pretty good game. They had a 2:05 first pitch. But anyway, they did have that game moved back to 1 o'clock. So it was a 1:05 start. And so far, it was a pretty good one. Well, anyway, we are going to check last night's scores as we didn't present it to you, but we will most definitely give you final scores as we get ready to go. Well, 5-3 San Antonio over the Sod Poodles, which that was a pretty good ball game. And so far, oh, you know what I did forget? I forgot to pull up the Texas League standings so we could tell you if there was any advancement on any of the teams. But most likely we did have one advancement, and that was pretty much Midland getting up into a fourth place position. But anyway, pretty good on that. Frisco still leading at 44 wins, and the Sod Poodles are trailing 4.5 games back against the Rough Riders. San Antonio only 3.5 in third place. Midland in fourth, trailing a game and a half against the San Antonio Missions. And then it's a game and a half trailing is Corpus Christi against the Rockhounds. What's that right there is pretty good. Tulsa, boy, I tell you, through this whole series there in Wichita, it was win after win for them. And so far, they did pretty good for the 4th of July evening there in Wichita. And we'll give you the final score on that ball game. The final score, 10-2 there in Wichita. They pick up win number 53 of the season, and Wichita now at 29-49. We'll drop down one, 29-48. I do apologize about that. I overlooked it, but we'll correct that. So it's 29-48 for Wichita, and Tulsa at 53-26 of this year, which apparently pretty good for the Tulsa Drillers being still a first place. Arkansas trailing a lot. They are 7.5 back against Tulsa. Springfield a bunch. Northwest Arkansas a whole lot. And Wichita, well, they're not going to win this season. You look at them, the 29-48, boy, they have lost a lot against Tulsa. The Drillers have been magnificent through this home series for them. They're in Wichita, Kansas, and I got to say, pretty good for those Drillers. Yeah, I got to say, the Tulsa Drillers doing really well. They're in the North Division, and so far, pretty good for that, I got to say. Well, anyway, Springfield takes a win, 7-5 against Arkansas last night, which that right there was pretty good. Northwest Arkansas took the loss. Corpus Christi would take the one-run victory against the Naturals for the 4th of July evening. And boy, they had a magnificent fireworks show there at Riverboat Field. Anyway, San Antonio took the 5-3 victory over Amarillo, which that was a pretty good one. And then we look at the Frisco Rough Riders. They got beat by Midland. Final score 8-2. Anyway, is that all that we've covered so far? I think that is. And if I missed anybody, we'll go back and we'll definitely take a look at more scores if we have to, but I think that's everybody. But anyway, it's going to be a pretty interesting evening as we get ready to close off this first half regular season game here in San Antonio after this one. And then we'll head to Midland for one final road trip of this first half regular season. And I got to say, we are saddened that this first half is almost coming to a close. But we definitely will spend a lot more time as we go through this half and the second half, and then to the playoff rounds and into the championship series rounds, which we will do live broadcasting on that as well. Whether we're South or North Division, it doesn't really matter where we go. We'll definitely bring you the updated scores and also the team that we should be playing. whether we're here in the South or North Division teams who compete this year in the playoff rounds, which that's going to be really interesting when we do see it. But anyway, today's final score there, Northwest Arkansas in Game 6 against Corpus Christi. Final score, Corpus Christi 5, Northwest Arkansas 2. And I got to say, pretty good ball game there in Northwest Arkansas, in North Little Rock, Arkansas, which that is pretty good. Well, we're just about set to go. We conclude the pregame show and hope everybody had an awesome 4th of July as we get ready to go. But one more time, we'll see our field decorated after the 4th. And so far, we'll have one more post-game fireworks after tonight as we get ready to conclude this first half here in San Antonio. Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and take it down on the field on this Sunday afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, and yes, we are saddened that after today, we are headed off to Midland to take on the Rockhounds. So if you join us on the road, great. If you don't, oh well, catch us on YouTube Live. We're there at Franco Park on Tuesday night at 7:05. So yes, download Bally Live. It is a free app. You don't have to pay for anything. Just download it. Jagger Haynes, a left-hander, is coming on for San Antonio as we get ready for him to start his pitches for the starter position. The center fielder is Drew Jones, as we'll lead it off here for Amarillo. And the first pitch about ready to go on the Sunday evening. Well, here's 3 magic words. Let's play ball. The first pitch in for the cold strike, and we are underway. Our time, 6:37. 2 minutes after the first pitch time at 6:35, which that is really good. Here's the 0-1, and that one is crushed deep to center field. It is gone. And Amarillo strikes first early on. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Boy, to tell you one thing, they have really, really had a fun time here in San Antonio this week. Yeah, they sure have there, Johnny. Well, Amarillo fans, get ready as your team, the Sod Poodles, will return home. And they take on the visiting Arkansas Travelers. Lucky dogs. Yeah, that's what I would say. Arkansas heads to Amarillo. We head to Midland. But oh well, you know, we're 2 to 3 hours from Amarillo, which that would be pretty good. Right there, up to right field, as Braden Carpathios runs it down, and that's out number 1. And with that, let's give the starting lineup for the Sod Poodles. Jones, Walters, and Zoller will lead it off. Pena, Hurley, Franco, middle. Torn, Luis, and Serta will round it out for the Sod Poodles here tonight. Yazzo Zoller is the third baseman for the Sod Poodles. He'll come in. And here's the windup and the pitch. That one's going to be right there. Through for the base hit. Gets past the shortstop. And boy, you know, you come up and you get in on this one. And I got to say, that's just pretty good. You get a home run and then a base hit right after that. Here is Manuel Pena. He hits that one out of play foul, and it's 0-1. Midland from here, 5 hours. My hometown is Midland. Odessa, 2. So you got 2 hometowns out there in the Permian Basin that you haven't seen since 2019. Yep. And right there, swung on and missed. They got him. Blew it right by him, and that is out number 2. What a good way to get that one going. And Jagger Haynes feeling mighty proud of himself just getting in. Jagger Haynes getting set to go, and here's the first pitch in for a cold strike. It's 0-1 to the left fielder, Jack Hurley. Hurley coming in, .399 over a 500 opposition. Pretty good for Amarillo here, as this season has been really great for him. 10 home runs this year on 15 RBIs. Here is the 0-2. And that's right there. Hit to Sanabria. And that is it. So 1 run on a solo shot by Drew Jones as he comes in and puts it out of reach. And we go now to the bottom of the first inning. It's 1-0 Sod Poodles. Sod Poodle starter will get ready to go when we come back from our break here in this one. About set to go for the bottom of the first inning for San Antonio, right now the Missions Baseball Network. Cole Drake, a left-hander, is on the mound now for Amarillo as we get ready to go. A 4-6, 12-6 curve, a slider, circle change, and sinker coming in. Getting ready to go for the Sod Poodles is Cole Drake. Leading it off for the bottom of the first inning is the shortstop, Clay Dungan. As we get ready to go here in the bottom half of the first inning. And right there, that is going to be a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count. And here is the pitch. And that one's going to be high fly in the air, straight away, center. And that will be out number 1. And with that, let's give the starting lineups here tonight for San Antonio. Dungan's Robert Salas will lead it off. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian, Vondu, Murphy, and Castagnon rounded out for San Antonio. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Well, third baseman Rosemond Verdugo. Been out for quite some time. I mean, we'll have to see where he's been. Probably taking at least some time off. That's okay if he does that. Every prospect needs a break every now and then. Count now 0-2 as he swings after that one and misses. And here's the 0-2 offering. That one is a high pop-up, straight away, out in foul grounds. And that is out number 2. Well, that'll bring up the next batter up, Ethan Salas. 1-0 Amarillo here in this ball game. Salas coming in from the windup in the stretch. Here's Cole Drake's pitch, and that's going to be right there. And that's going to get down for a base hit. And he's going to chug for second. And he's there to a 2-out double. Boy, that's a double meat cheeseburger coupon courtesy of Whataburger. That goes for everybody.
Man, pretty good right there as he gets the line drive base hit straight away up to right center and gets back to that second base area just before the shortstop gets in and tries to pick him off. Romeo Sanabria comes in. We'll take that one outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at second, 2 down here in this half inning. Sunday afternoon baseball here in San Antonio, Texas. Right here at the Wolf. That is right there. 1-1 to count now. On a beautiful, partly cloudy, hot Sunday evening. Fans can enjoy at least one more fireworks show here to wrap up this first half here at home. And that one is outside, 3-1. On deck, Braden Carpathos as he comes in. I bet a lot of Texas League teams are ready for 4 days being off. What do you think, Johnny?
I think it's going to be pretty good, you know, that we'll have 4 days off to rest, to do whatever we want. It's going to feel amazing getting that off time. Here's a 3-2. And that one's a swing and a miss, and that will do. And the half inning comes to an end. Danger averted following the Ethan Salas double. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left as we head to the second. The Sod Poodles in front by 1-0. Junior Franco leads it off top of the second inning on this Sunday, and we'll be right back here in this one. Well, about set to go for the top half of the second inning right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bob. Junior Franco coming in now as we lead off the top half of the second inning here in San Antonio. 6, 7, 8 due up against Jagger Haynes coming up. Gotta say, tomorrow it will be Short Circuit's 38th anniversary for the second film.
1, 2,
Gotta say, that film released on July 6, 1988. Boy, that film was really good, wasn't it, Bob?
Yeah, huh. You know, I really enjoyed it too. It was really good.
Right there up the left field, and boy, that's getting through for a base hit. Tell you one thing, it's really good as we look at this film. Boy, as you look at this film, 1 hour and 51 minutes. To say it was really good. Fisher Stevens, Tim Blaney, Michael McLean, Cynthia Gibb, Jack Wesson. And that's going to be right there. It's room for a base hit. Boy, that could have been a double play right there. That right there, pretty good. Just getting in. Boy, a lot of good people that played in this movie, which was really good. Directed by Kenneth Johnson. Written by S.S. Wilson, Brent Maddock, David Foster, Lawrence Turman, and Gary Foster. And as I said before, Fisher Stevens playing Benjamin, if you remember him. Yep, I remember him. And that is right there. And they get one. Boy, I tell you what, they could have got that triple play right there. They get the force out at third, and that is one down. And boy, tell you what, pretty good play. That could have been a ending triple play right there. But anyway, a pretty good one indeed as we get going in this game. Also, don't forget to download Atlas Earth. Good game. A pretty good way to make money on the side, which that's always good. High in the air straight away, and that is up to the center fielder, Kai Roberts, as he reaches up, makes the play, and there is two down. Christian Serta being that out, and now here is center fielder Drew Jones. 1 for 1. He had that solo shot. And that one is high and outside. It's 0-1. Boy, to tell you one thing, Johnny Five worth is $11 million. Bad guys tried to sell him.
That's a foul ball.
But he was a military robot built by the New Republic and stuff. And that is right there up to the second baseman, Marcos Castañon. And that right there is the side retired. So, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. As we go midway through 2, Amarillo in front, 1-0. Braden Carpathos leads it off, bottom of 2. We come back here in this one. Well, we're just about set to go for the bottom of the second right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Braden Carpathios coming in now as we lead off the bottom of 2 for San Antonio. No balls and 1 strike to count now. 5-6-7 due up against Goldrake. And here's the 0-1 delivery, and that one is high. Deep to right field. Where's it going? It is gone. And that's the round trip that will tie the ball game up. Let's go, San Antonio. Missions and Sod Poodles tied in this half inning now. Boy, that was a good base hit. And right there, Braden Carpathios finally says that one is gone without a doubt. And ball game is tied. Here is Albert Fabian as he hits that one straight away left, and that's out number 1. Boy, that was right there, quick and out. So far, here is the third baseman, former Midland Rockhounds, Nate Mondu. Boy, doesn't he look good in a Missions uniform. Back in 2018, playing 125 games for Midland, that was a pretty good deal as he was in a Rockhounds uniform. That's right. No balls and 1 strike to count now, and boy, he did pretty good with a few base hits. Here's the 0-1, and that one is in for a strike, but they're going to overcall that and see what they're going to do. And yep, bingo. That one was right there, 1-1 the count. Nate Mondu, one of the highest ranking prospects in all of minor league baseball. One of the best that came from Midland. During 2018, playing that 125 games for the Rockhounds. And right there, swing and a miss, and the count now re-clears 2 away. So far, there's been a lot of 2018 prospects around. Especially like Fernando Tatis Jr., who's on the San Diego Padres. We could go easily back there and see. No balls, 1 strike to Kai Murphy as he comes in. Well, Bob will do the honors of getting the Rockhounds roster. There was also Sean Murphy, Jesus Lizarato, Jonah Heim, and Seth Brown. Scott Steinman, who was notably the manager of the Rockhounds.
Ball 3.
And that's ball 3, so count now full, 3-2. On deck is Castagnon. That one is hit high in the air straight away. Third baseman looks at it, makes the grab, and that's the end of it. Well, Braden Carpathios ties the ball game up with the solo shot, and we head to the 3rd inning. We're tied at 1. Back here right after this as we get set to go, Gene Walters to lead off the 3rd when we come back.
Bounce at the goal for the third inning for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Gene Walters will lead it off. 2, 3, and 4 against Jagger Haynes as we lead off the half inning. And that one is in for a code strike. It's 0-1. Arkansas leading Springfield 4-1. Tie ball game here in San Antonio against Amarillo 1-1. 3-2 there in Frisco. Midland leading that ball game by a run. Wichita leading 1-0 against Tulsa. Trying to avoid a big, huge disaster, losing a nuller. And boy, I tell you, if they lose tonight, Tulsa would have claimed their 54th against Wichita. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Called third strike, and that is out number 1. Backwards K to the second strikeout of Jagger Haynes. And now here is Yazo Solar. 1-for-1 single. Well, Bob, what was your favorite in Short Circuit? Well, the second movie, which we are celebrating tomorrow, I liked it when they created the small toys, you know, the robots, everything. I fly in the air straight away. And that is caught by the right fielder, Carpathios, out number 2. So far, yeah, Johnny 5. I liked it when he just came right out of the box. That was cool. And Benjamin was there, and Fred, you know, the new guy that came in. You know, not the guy that was in the first movie, though, but most evidently, you know, the first guy that played Benjamin was in the first one and the second one. You know, Benjamin worked with the military when they created Johnny 5. Here's the 0-2. And that was right there. Now to play foul, and it's 0-2. The 38th anniversary is tomorrow. Back in 1988. So don't forget about that. Watch that tomorrow for the anniversary. Then you're good to go. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Amarillo as we are 3.5 tied at 1-1. So we're back right after this as we get ready for the bottom of the third. Next for the Missions Baseball Network. That's at the goal for the bottom of the third right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Marcos Castañon coming in. Thought it was Braden Carpathios, but I stand corrected on that. Castañon coming in now in the count now 0-1 as we get ready to go. 9-1-2 against Goldrake. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So yes, happy 38th anniversary. And whoa, that nearly just about took his nose off. Yikes, look out there. Here's the pitch. Oh! Ow! Ooh, that's got a smarts. Right in the kneecap, I tell you. Ooh, Clay Duncan now leading it off. I bet he said ouch after that. I think he did there, Johnny. Duncan now leading it off 1, 2, or 3 against Drake now. I bet San Antonio's going to make him pay for that hit. Yeah, probably. You got to watch this guy. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch.
No, inside.
And that one is outside, 2-1. Boy, sun and clouds starting to get together here and make a orange and blue hue. Great combination right there. 2-2 the count now to Dungan. And here's a 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss. The slider gets him down outside. And that's 1 down. Ty Roberts coming in now. And the pitch.
Ball.
And the 4-seam fastball is in for the ball. It's 1-0 to him. 0 for 1 pop out. There's the 1-0. And that's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. There's a pitch.
Outside.
And that is outside, 2-1. But yes, we celebrate 38th anniversary of Short Circuit 2 tomorrow.
Ball.
Released on July 6th. Where am I? July 6th, 1988. No, strike 2 on there, and count now 3-2. Well, the 4th one was 40. Well, not the 4th one, but
Inside.
yep, right there. Ball 4 is going in. Oh, look like you're stuttery there, Johnny. Yep. Well, the first film was 40 years ago. Second film, 38 years ago. Boy, that movie is old. I mean, getting there. One of these days, it'd be 60 years, and we'd be like, whoa, look at this film. It's celebrating 60 years nearly. But one day in the future, that will be the case right there for that movie. Romeo Sanabria coming in, 0 for 1, a strikeout. There's a windup and a pitch, and that one goes down, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Cole Drake at 42 pitches for his starting appearance on the mound for Amarillo. And that one is the count now, 1-1. Well, San Antonio would take on these boys here at home for one more time, then 12 more for the second half. But not here in San Antonio. There in Amarillo, we'll take them on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one is popped foul, and the count now still holding on, 1-2. Don't forget, as we take on Springfield in August, we should have a 2027 schedule come out. And yes, we will definitely reveal that to you. Well, the end of the inning comes as a strikeout will be it. And we go to the 4th inning. We're tied 1-1. So 4th inning set to go with Jack Hurley as he'll lead it off in this 1-1 tie ball game.
Bounce at the goal for the top half of the fourth inning, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Jack Hurley leading it off, 5-6-7, due up against Jagger Haynes as we get set to go. And the pitch,
No,
and that one is outside as 1 ball and no strikes to him. Underway of inning number 4 here on this evening. That one is yanked foul, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one yanked foul. 1-2. Frisco leading 4-3 against Midland. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there. And that's going to get through for a base hit to left field. And that will be a no-out single for Hurley. Arkansas leading 4-2, top of the 5th against Springfield. Wichita, look at that, 3-0, bottom of the 3rd, which that is pretty good for the win surge. There at the porch in the North Division. Junior Franco coming in, changes up downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes to him. 1-for-1 single by the designated hitter. Here's a 1-0 offering, and that's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. One offering.
2.
And that is in for a strike. It's 1-2. Boy, Corpus Christi takes on the Frisco Rough Riders starting Tuesday through Sunday. Amarillo taking on Arkansas, San Antonio in Midland. And pretty good as go along the way for a Tuesday. Springfield at Tulsa, Northwest Arkansas at Wichita. And Arkansas going to Amarillo, which they are plumb lucky to see something like that happen. Arkansas and Tulsa, 2 of the North Division teams that haven't been to San Antonio in over 4 or 5 years. You know, they go to Corpus Christi, Frisco, Amarillo, and Midland. But, you know, they don't come to San Antonio. They haven't been here in 5 years, which, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I know, Johnny. You were telling me that the last time they came was back in the year 2022. Yep. And that's going to be right there. Not a play. That goes foul. It's 0-2. Still hanging on. Hopefully we'll see a schedule change, and we're begging and pleading with the major leagues to bring up the schedule involving 3 of the North Division teams coming to San Antonio. Make all of them come to San Antonio. I mean, that would be fair.
Ball 1.
You know, give us Tulsa, give us Arkansas, give us Springfield, give us Northwest Arkansas, and Wichita too. Here's the 1-2. And that one is foul. Still hanging on. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. Called 3rd strike, and they got him. And that is out number 2 in the 4th strikeout for Jagger Haynes. Runner at first, here's second baseman Janzel Lewis as he comes in 0-for-1 to a fielder's choice. Yeah, right there, pretty good. High in the air, straight away up to left field. Ty Murphy under it, makes the grab, and that is the 3rd and final out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for Amarillo. And we go bottom of 4, it's 1-1. Back here in this one as we lead off the bottom of the 4th. Braden Carpathios next to lead it for San Antonio.
Well, we're about set to go for the bottom of the fourth right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Braden Carpathios coming in as we lead it off as he swings and misses. It's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss on the 12-inch curve. Getting him out full twice. And it's 0-2. That one popped foul. And the count now still hanging on, 0-2. And the pitch right there, swing and a miss. They got him. And that is out number one. Cole Drake, boy, you look at him, 66% of his pitches have been for that four-seamer. And I bet the manager is happy like a little kid in a candy store with the pitches that he's seen tonight from the starter. And that one right there and outside is 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. And right there in the count now, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. And that one is outside. The count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes outside again, 3-2. Nate Mondew awaits on deck for the Missions. And the pitch, and that's down. Throw him out at first in time and makes the play to complete the out, and that's 2 down. Pretty good one there as that right there gets it clear. And now here is the hot corner man, Nate Mondew. Mondew coming in. That one high in the air, up to foul grounds. And that is caught by the left fielder to make the play, and that's out number 3. No runs yet to errors, and nobody left for San Antonio as we head to the 5th. And it's still a 1-1 ball game. We're back right after this as we give you Christian Serta to lead off the 5th when we come back. Well, we go to the top half of the fifth inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Christian Serta coming in now, 9-1-2 due up for Amarillo. 1-1 ball game in this half inning. That is foul, and it's 0-1. No balls and one strike. Here's the pitch, and that one is outside as 1-1. Boy, one more week to go, and that will be it for the first half. But also, get your voting cards now. And boy, that's going to be a line drive up the base hit. Thought that would have been a foul ball, but it stays fair. Christian Serta outfooled people today, and well, that's the first time he did that, but we'll have to pay more attention to these sod poodles. Yeah, I gotta say there, Johnny, it's you gotta really pay attention when you have something like that go on. Drew Jones coming in. And here's the pitch. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be a balk right to third. No balls and one strike. Here's the pitch. And right there in the count now is 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering, and that one's going to be high fly in the air, and that's going to be out of play. So good thing he left it alone. That would have been a sacrifice fly. Bring home a second run for Amarillo. There's pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup got him outfooled, and that's out number 1. Boy, pretty good one right there. Jagger Haynes has 76% of his four-seamer. Gotta say, a pretty good one. 0-2 strikeout and a flyout. Here's right fielder Gene Walters. Walters coming in from the stretch, and that's going to be in for a strike, and it's 0-1. 5-3 Frisco. They're taking on Midland for 6. Game 6 here in this one. That's going to be right there, high in the air, and that's going to bring in the runner. And that will be a sacrifice fly, and now the Sod Poodles will take it, now 2-1 in the front lead. Amarillo 2, San Antonio 1. Here's Yasso Solar, the third baseman, 1-for-2 single. Seeing a pretty good game here tonight, but these two teams are trying to clinch a series finale against this first half home series. Even though the last home game of this first half for San Antonio. 6 more there in Midland, and then that concludes the first half. Oh yes, and make sure you get your voter cards ready because we're going to have voting day coming up. Because 2 of these prospects are going to get a gritty gold glove made out of the finest metal of pure gold. Here's the 2-1. And that one out of play, foul. We won't give you the results of what we see, but the election of these prospects will make them feel pretty good. And every year we do have a gold glove that we give to 2 of our prospects, or 3, which that determines who the people vote for. Well, Amarillo comes in on a run on a sacrifice fly, and they'll lead it 2-1 as we go bottom of 5. We're about set to go as Kai Murphy will lead it off bottom of the 5th inning coming up right after the break.